Hi everyone, this is Lisa Cronin from It's the Little Things in Card Making. Now, I wanted to go over something that I figured out in regard to filling an image. It's a little tricky. It's it's going to take a little practice, I think, but there's different ways to get different textures on your project using the foils. Now, last week I talked about variables, and I talked about, different cardstock and different platforms that you can work on. Well, today I went through my stash and I picked out 4 different cardstocks, and I tried them on a metal surface and I tried them on a softer surface doing this technique. I figured a lot of people have 80-pound Nina Solar White, and this technique comes out very well on this paper. I'm going to use my little cardboard here because I also decided that I kind of like the look of it done with a softer platform, but you can try it out, play, see which style you like or what's easier for you, and then obviously you choose whatever and however you want to do it. So what I'm going to do is I have this mask that I made, and it's Nick. So I'm going to do each letter a different color. These are not the foils that come with the Leo Memory Keepers pens. I believe they're Go Present foil and Toto foils. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to secure my foil. I'm only going to secure my hinge. And I'm going to take the pen that has the smallest nib because that's the one I feel most comfortable using, and that's the one that I get a good result from. However, I will be using the 3rd size up, I believe, for a different finish, for a different type of textured finish. I'm going to start working as I'm talking, but I wanted to mention that I do need my pokey tool if I can find it in this disaster. Here it is. Just a couple of techniques that I figured out and thought would be helpful. I'm using this pokey tool because this poor N has been through the ringer today and has gotten kind of wonky. So I'm holding it in place with the pokey tool so I don't burn myself. So this N is going to be in gold, and the way that I thought was the best result was to pretty much just kind of go back and forth across the image over the foil. And you're gonna have to do this a couple of times because the first go around you're not gonna get everything off the foil onto the paper. No matter how many times you go over it, for some reason some of that foil still stays put. So this is what we have after one pass on the foil. And it's not bad. It's not bad. There are some spaces here. If you could see it. Yeah, if I turn it that way. You can see the white spaces behind it. And that's where the foil didn't transfer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same foil. I'm going to go over the N again in a different place on the foil. I'm not going to try to pick up what's left. And you can see what's left here. You can see the gold foil that was left behind. Because I'm going to have to go over it again anyway. So I'm just going to go to a new spot on the foil. And this time, I already outlined it. So this time, I'm just going to fill it in. And I'm going to go in the opposite direction. So I'm going to go vertically. And again, that poor N. I'm going to hold it in place. Give it a rest. And whatever tip you're using or whatever technique you're going to be doing, know that there's going to be some texture when you're done. So you have to decide what kind of a texture you want, and that decision will govern how you do it. So this is just completely filled. Only took 2 times to fill it. And you can see the striations, the marks that the pen left on the paper. I don't mind that. I kind of like that. So the way that I looked at it and the way that I thought about it was, you got to kind of look at it as plastering a wall. And you got to put a couple of coats on. And the last coat you put on is the coat that is going to be a finish. So I'm doing this just to go a little quicker. So now the same pen, the small tip, I'm going to do the eye in a teal color. And now that I have the outline done, perimeter done, I'm going to take the larger nib and I'm just going to swirl it around. And you'll see that the finish is going to be different. So that's the finish. But you can see if I turn it a certain way, there are white spots. So I'm going to go back over it again. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing. And for some reason I didn't line up, and I don't know why. But I'm just going to carry on. So again, I'm just going to, in round motion. And the same thing here. And let's see what kind of coverage that gave us. Okay, filled up a little bit more. But there's still, if I turn it a certain way, you could see there's still some more white in there. And I want complete coverage. So I'm going to do it again. Now this is the only way I was able to figure out how to fill in an image. So if you make a heart or the rainbows, you want to put rainbows on a butterfly, or whatever image that you want to fill in, I don't know a better way to do this. And if someone figures it out, I wish they would tell me. And that's pretty solid. So you could see, pretty solid. So that was what, the third time? The third time. I'm going to go over it one more time, but this time I'm going to go over it differently. Remember I said the last coat is the one that you're going to finish with? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pound it and make like a hammered finish, which actually looks kind of cool. Now this is filling in the image, and because it was almost completely filled in, this is just going to give it the texture. Okay, let's see what that gave us. There you go. And it almost looks two-toned, but there's like a hammered finish to it. And it really does look very cool. So that's my eye. Now we're going to do the C. And we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to take the pink. And I'm first going to outline with the smaller tip, the smallest tip. And again, you have to play and you have to see what works for you. What's comfortable for me, or what I feel is comfortable, may be different for you. So it's very important to play and see exactly what makes you most comfortable and what gives you the best result. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make some basic lines. I know you're probably going to think I'm crazy, but I have this little metal ruler. And all I'm going to do is go across the image. And this is a way of filling it up without trying to fill up the whole thing. It still fills it up, but it fills it up with a design. And if you have some very small stencils, you can actually put a stencil in a stencil. So that's pretty much what I'm doing here. And this is what we get from that. And I think that's trying to get the reflection. There you go. And I think that's kind of a good image too. Okay. Now on my K, I'm going to take another colored foil. I'm going to close it up. I'm going to trace the outline of the image. And I'm going to pretty much do the same thing I did with the N. But I'm going to add a different color when I'm done. So I'm going to go this way first. So I'm going to go up and down. And I'll probably have to do this 2 or 3 times depending upon the coverage. I mean, it's not like it's difficult. It's not difficult. It's just, it's a little tedious. But the results, I think, are kind of good, and I think it's worth it. And that's what we have after one coat, and it's not bad. Can you see the image? It's not bad at all. I'll try to bring it up more. Now I'm going to go the other way. Again, I'm not going on top of what I've already taken off the foil. And I'm going this way now. And I'm trying to, stay pretty close together as I'm working here. Going back and forth, kind of close together, trying to hit as much of that foil as I can. And this is what I have. And actually, it looks really pretty, but now I want to do something else to it. I want to add a color. And I think I'm going to add, should I add the pink? We'll put the pink in there. Again, I'm going to close my little, I'm going to call it a jacket. My little jacket, it has a little jacket, and I'm just going to make dots. Just little dots. And you can foil on top of a foil. So this is going to be kind of cute because it's going to have little pink polka dots on top of the silver foil. So these are the only way I know how to do it. I mean, I tried to figure it out. I tried to use the calligraphy pen. I figured that's a flat surface and that will get all of the foil to transfer. It didn't happen that way. So if someone else knows of another way, can figure out another way, please let me know. We learn from each other. So I would really love to know if there's an easier way to do this. Okay. Let's see what we got now. Oh, look at that. Itsy bitsy teeny pink K. Can you see the shimmer in that? Very pretty. So these are the only ways that I know how to do it. Just the smallest pen, obviously, you want to outline your image. The larger tips won't fit into these, really small areas. And then fill it in, either with designs, by hammering, or just going back and forth, or the way I did with the C, you can put little flowers in there. put bigger dots in here. That pink looks so pretty on that silver. I hope you can see it. So this was something that I wanted to show you that I've been playing with. Okay, that's it for now. I will see you soon, and until then, you have a really good day, and thank you for visiting me, and thanks for the thumbs up, and thanks for this, everybody that is, really appreciating what I'm doing. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. Thank you again. Bye now.